if you're asking me if I killed my wife and my son, I didn't.
This is Joshua Pinnock pretending to be sad while denying the brutal murder of his own family.
I'm not stalking her, I'm not bothering her. Why am I in trouble?
But little does he know, it's only a matter of moments before investigators uncover the buried bodies and the secret he's been hiding.
I think about dying a lot.
You think of actual plans on how to do it, or just about it?
Revolver. I actually tried about 2 weeks ago.
Now, Joshua will do everything he can to frame himself as mentally ill and unstable, hoping his actions can be excused as mental illness.
That's what we're going to the jail for.
For what?
He started 2 cases of murder.
Of who?
Sam and Colton.
On October 17, 2024, law enforcement in Greene County, Indiana, responded to a search near the Bear Run coal mine after mounting concerns over 2 missing persons. By that point, friends, family, and co-workers had already sounded the alarm. Samantha Jarrell hadn't shown up to work, her teenage son hadn't been to school, their phones were silent, and nothing about that silence felt normal. Using search teams and cadaver dogs, investigators were led off the roadway and into a wooded clearing near the mine. That's where they made the discovery. Officers located the bodies of 36-year-old postal worker Samantha Jarrell and her 14-year-old son, Colton Shields, buried together in a shallow grave. The scene told investigators this wasn't an accident, and it wasn't sudden. The bodies had been deliberately concealed, covered, and left far from public view. But by the time police sat down with Joshua Pinnock, Samantha's ex-husband and Colton's father, he had a very different story. He claimed Samantha had left town voluntarily and that she was alive. But as you're about to see, Joshua's version of events never had a chance to hold up because investigators already had key information from someone very close to him, his own father.
Pretty sure we've met the...
Haven't? Okay. I mean, a lot of people, I don't always remember everybody, I apologize.
I tried to jump off the viaduct a few years back, and I'm pretty sure that you were there.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure you were involved in that.
I do remember going up the viaduct a few times. That's kind of one of the more common areas we deal with people like that with. What I'm wanting to talk to you about, I know there's some talk about your truck, that is not what I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about Samantha and Colton. I understand basically a lot of people have some questions about where they're at. At this point, you're not under arrest for anything, but since you are detained, I'm going to read this to you, and this just advise you on your rights, okay? It just says, before you ask any questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions, and have them with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, we're going to be appointed for you before questioning if you wish. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you'll still have the right to stop answering at any time until you speak to that lawyer. Do you understand all that?
This isn't Joshua's first interaction with the police. At the time of this interview, he already had active warrants related to sexual misconduct with a minor, and yet none of that matters in this room. Right now, they only care about one thing: where Samantha and Colton are.
What do you know about where Samantha and Colton are?
I know that she's with somebody named Mike Goodwin.
Okay. How do you know that?
She told me that's who she's seen
And when was this?
Sunday,
Sunday, what time?
sometime in the morning.
Okay. When did she leave?
I left.
You left?
We've been trying to make a relationship. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know why she's doing all this to me. Like, I'm not stalking her, I'm not bothering her. Why am I in trouble?
Well, so you say Sunday you left. What did you leave in? Do you have a vehicle?
Yeah.
I know Bruce was looking for that white truck. Is that what you're driving, or?
I'm driving a Yukon. The guy that has my truck, I'm using his SUV because I knew that they were looking for my truck and I didn't want to give it back because I was trying to fight to get it, to keep it. And then the sheriff's department showed up Friday or Saturday looking for me.
Mm-hmm.
And Bruce, he told me, like, you know, I have to return it or I'm going to go to jail. And I've tried to contact James. I've notified him, I've let him know, and he didn't respond back. I got a response back from somebody. They told me that it wasn't his number anymore, which I've talked to him on it.
And who's this?
James Shepard
And that's who
has my truck, yes.
James
Shepard?
Shepard. James Shepard. Okay. And you have his Yukon.
Yes.
Okay. Where's your Yukon at now?
It's currently in Lyons.
At your house or
No.
no? We're at in Lyons.
Over at Brent's house.
Over at Brent's house? Who's Brent?
He's the one I've been staying with the last few days.
Does Brent have the last name?
Holmes.
Brent Holmes. Does he live in Lyons or Blueberry?
He lives in Lyons. He's with Amanda. I don't know what her last name is.
Okay. And that's where your Yukon's at now?
Yes.
So, back to Samantha and Colton. So, you leave Sunday in the Yukon. Were they still there at the house then?
Yes.
Okay.
Trinity had just came by to get money off of Sam. Sam didn't have any, and Trinity got pissed off and left with Jay,
Who's Jay?
one of Trinity's friends.
Okay.
All of this can be verified. The next door neighbors, like, I don't know, some security guru, whatever, they've got cameras everywhere.
Okay. So, was that the last time you spoke with Samantha? Okay.
I messaged her a couple days ago, Monday.
This is where Joshua slips. He denies stalking, denies harm, before detectives even bring it up, or harming anyone, or committing a crime. Yet Joshua rushes to deny behavior no one mentioned. Innocent people usually wait to hear the allegation, but Joshua is anything but innocent.
And did she say where they were going?
To go spend the weekend out of town. She told me that she wanted to be with me, but she didn't want people knowing that she wanted to be with me.
Okay.
She wanted to be able to enjoy her life because she knew I was going to prison.
Okay, so when's the last time you've been at the house in Lyons?
I think I went by there Monday and got clothes
Okay.
at the tiny house. All my stuff's at.
All your stuff's in the tiny house there, the brown one
Well,
behind.
I've got some clothes in the closet, but we were in the process of, like, me moving back in, working on us.
Okay. So what went on today? How do you end up down there in Evansville?
I wanted to leave. I wanted to go home and go be with my parents.
Okay.
Everything up here that I've ever tried to make work, tried to have a good life with, is just not. I'm a good worker. I financially fucked myself because I have friends that don't know how to pay money back.
So Joshua clearly understands what a voluntary disappearance is supposed to sound like. And yet, that's not what this is. Instead of showing concern or asking the police to help find Samantha and Colton, he calmly explains that she left town and wanted no one to know. But what Joshua didn't know was that officers had already spoken to his father and were fully aware of what Joshua had admitted in private.
What did you and your dad talk about while you were driving?
Life. Everything.
Did you guys talk about Samantha and Colton?
Yeah.
I understand. My main concern here is trying to locate Samantha and Colton. That's really my concern. Sitting here talking to you, the little I have you seen anybody about mental health?
I've actually been to several different hospitals. trying to figure out ways of like how I could have admitted myself to doing something, but even to the point of I was literally telling them that I was going to kill myself. I even won my attorney last weekend because of these thoughts. This case is ruining my life.
You know, cases, especially of that nature, can get very, yeah, it's really hard on life. But like I said, when the case, everybody's easy to prove guilty kind of thing. There's still a lot to fight for there. Is Colton your biological son?
Yeah. You have this one.
You have any other children?
Notice how Joshua keeps his answers short whenever the detective asks about Samantha and Colton. One-word replies with no details. He knows the more he talks, the easier it is to get tangled in his own lies, so he keeps everything simple. But the moment mental health comes up, everything changes. Suddenly, he's talkative. He's making sure that explanation is in place before anything else comes out.
If you're asking me if I killed my wife and my son, I didn't.
So, why would your dad say differently?
Because I think I did. Because I'm missing.
Did you tell him some stuff, some details and things about what had happened?
Yeah.
What did you tell him? What were those details?
I told him that we got this training badge. And I told him that it was going on in the process of the sheriff's department beating on the damn door. They were there in the process of it.
Who was there at this time? Who was there at the house?
Sam. Colton was at main cops. We lived on the road.
While the officers are knocking on the door, do you guys ever answer the door?
Sam told me not to.
Okay.
She said that they were there for me.
And did the officers go away?
And they came back about 2 hours later. Sam already went back to lunch.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. You said Sam Maria went where?
Went back to work.
Went back to work.
I was in the back by the shed getting stuff out to take to the tiny house. We were working on setting up the front room in there. And that's when the sheriff showed up again.
Okay.
He told me about my truck. They were freaked out about it. He said he'd be back. And he brought back paperwork. The same fucking thing I had. Just a different wording. I signed, listened to me read it off. And I did exactly what I said I was going to do. As soon as I have my phone, I will message James, and I messaged you. He didn't respond. 500 fucking messages from everybody else, though.
This is the first time Joshua realizes detectives have already spoken to his father. What his father told investigators was this. After Samantha and Colton disappeared, Joshua called him and said things had gone south, adding, "I can't talk about it on the phone." Alarmed, his father contacted the police. Later, while the two were together in a car before Joshua fled the area, the father reported that Joshua admitted what he had done. Now, Joshua understands the damage. The conversation he thought was private isn't. And from this moment on, he will do everything he can to convince detectives that his father is lying.
Me and Sam were talking.
I told her I think I just want to spend one more night with you. But as far as because I'm getting ready to go to jail, I know she doesn't want to be with me. I know she doesn't love me. She just hasn't told me yet because she's worried about me. And I've already threatened to have myself over arrest already. I understand. I don't really have anything to offer anymore. I can't get a job to try. I can't even work at a fucking gas station. And we do. We have a nice evening. Sit there and watch a movie. Technically, it wasn't a movie, it was the new season of Outer Banks, the first 5 episodes. We have some cookies. We're talking. We're laughing. We're just enjoying time without the mayhem of everything and everybody in our ears about every fucking thing. Just being two people who do love each other. And we make love. And we go to sleep. And then she wakes up and informs me about her friend. I get upset. And I tell her to forget it. Just leave me alone.
Joshua suddenly pivots from confusion and denial to a dramatic tribute about how much love there was between him and his ex-wife. Big feelings, grand romance. The problem is, it's completely out of sync with the fake tears we just watched. What Joshua really wanted was for the police to believe he could never hurt her, and somehow Joshua seems to believe this little performance is actually convincing.
Sam was always a mind person. She liked challenging her mind herself. We broke up. We got a divorce 10 years ago. Because I woke up on her sleeping with another man at her brother's 21st birthday. It's rough. And I was targeted as the bad person in it. But I took it because I was dealing with a lot of other things in my life at the time. And I just couldn't add another. I gave up my son for it. I walked away from my life completely here for 10 years. And then the second, I had a whole bunch of money, just sold my farm. Life was good. Life was back to where it needed to be. But it was so hard in life to do.
What Joshua says here would set off alarm bells for any investigator. He starts talking about Samantha in the past tense. That's not how people speak about someone they believe is missing. It's how you talk when you already know they're dead. You can fake tears, but your subconscious, that's much harder to control. Officers already had confirmation from Joshua's father that violence was part of the relationship. And now it was time to see how Joshua would react when the subject got uncomfortable.
And maybe some things have been said between you and your dad that may or may not be true. I don't know. But the evidence we're gathering and what our investigation into trying to locate Samantha and Colton, kind of some things have come up that kind of concerns us. And I don't know why. I don't know everything you and your dad talked about. That's a long drive between Newberry and Linville where you guys were found. But your dad says you talk about a physical altercation between you and Samantha's ex, and you and Samantha.
No, I've never had a physical altercation with Sam. I've ever hit her. Ever. I would never, ever hit her.
Is there a reason why you told your dad this, though?
I never told him that I hit her.
Did you tell him about a physical altercation when you don't necessarily hit it?
No. There was no physical altercation between me and her. There's never been a physical altercation between me and her. Is that what she's saying? She's saying that I hit her?
No, we're not saying. We're talking about what you and your dad talked about.
I never hit her.
Josh, if what you told your dad wasn't necessarily the truth, that's what I need to know. Obviously, your dad would have no reason to lie to us. But he obviously says some things that you told him.
I told him that I was going to chop James up and feed him to the pigs.
Okay.
It's not exactly a physical altercation, it's just what I would have liked to have done at the point in time.
Did you mention something about maybe choking Samantha? Maybe more in a rhetorical sense that it sounds like she's...
Oh, I would absolutely love to choke her. I think everybody needs smacked in the head occasionally.
I disagree with you. Every now and then you need to sense people every now and then. But obviously, what you told your dad was a little bit more than that.
No.
Was that being more in the rhetorical sense, or was that being more in the literal sense?
Would I like to choke her?
I don't know exactly. I just know what your dad says. And I'm trying to get your side of it.
I don't want to hurt her. I'd like her to understand that, this has really affected me. That's all I want. I just want her to understand that, this is really hard. This isn't what I want. This is not what I want to deal with. Who the fuck wants to deal with this every day? How is it that I'm being cursed for my entire life?
And here he slips. Joshua says he would have liked to choke her. Maybe he thought that level of honesty would make him seem credible. Maybe he thought it showed frustration rather than intent. But the problem is, people who are falsely accused don't accidentally describe acts of violence they wish they had committed. And soon, Joshua will accidentally reveal even more about his motives.
And it sounds like she would show you the love for a while, but then maybe venture off to somewhere else for a little while. But she always come back to you. And that's hard.
This is not fair, man. Stop. You serve right?
It's not. It's not fair for you to have to deal with that. It's almost like you're a yo-yo. She sends off and brings back. What's that?
Just constantly, it's like that. Literally, just need to fucking go like I'm a toy. I have money coming in. She's all up on me. When I don't have any money, she's mad at me all the time. She wants something. She lovey-dovey. I want to spend time with her, and she's not interested. I want her money to do something, and it's like she wants to start a fight. Oh, she's busy. She just doesn't want to be with me, and I just have to deal with her.
But then she'd get, I don't know, bored or whatever, and then she would come back to you. That's what I'm kind of getting from this.
Oh,
So, Josh, you care if I move over here to Josh? If something happened between you and Samantha, and things went south, that is what we need to know. Now you do all your side of things. What we know at this point is we've located Samantha's car. It's literally just up the road from the house where Blue is. What we also know is that her vehicle was seen sitting along her traffic cam on the west side of Dover. And the problem I have, Josh, is so your dad tells us that he tried to clear that you had strangled Samantha and took the body out of Bear Mine, which would fit with where the vehicle was on the camera system. So what we're trying to figure out is where's Samantha from the bar and what happened. Obviously, talking to you, Washington, Samantha, that is fine. That's that's vindictive. Girls, Samantha, I don't know. Obviously, bad mental state. You obviously have some issues you're trying to work through. And if something slips, something snapped, that's what that. That's not you going out here and doing all this work around you. Like you said, you're not kidnapping red girls. It seems like you do have some mental issues you need to deal with. And that is what I'm going to try to help with. But I'm going to do that. There's the movement. Obviously, you told me some things that made him very concerned. That's his grandson. So, he obviously called and told us what was said. I need to know, Josh, is how much of that was truthful and how much of that was not truthful. Just go ahead and get out of town.
Joshua claims Samantha treated him like a toy, that she had someone else, then came back to him. He's trying to recast himself as the one who was betrayed, but what he doesn't know is that the detective already sees this for what it is, jealousy and maybe something even more. While Joshua paints Samantha as unfaithful, he was secretly planning to flee with a minor he was legally barred from contacting. So maybe he just saw Samantha as an obstacle to his plan.
what you need to figure out is you need to figure out where Sam is.
Well, that's only one of my goals to figure out this.
And as soon as you guys find me, then you guys can release me. I'm assuming.
If finally, obviously can relate you, but the fact that we have her vehicle kind of makes me concerned. She don't have the heart.
What's that have to do with me? I don't have the vehicle.
Josh, you told your dad some things.
I didn't tell my dad anything that involved any kind of hurting anybody.
It's not what was wrong to us. Looking up for your dad to make things up. So if you didn't hurt him, why would you tell your dad these things?
I didn't tell him that I hurt him.
Well, we know she didn't go far. Your vehicle was, like I said, just up the road from the house, parked in some trees. Hidden. Not like it was left on the side of the road. It was parked back in some woods. So it was hidden from us. We know Sunday morning it was going out past Dover. We could be in the area of the Bear Mine, which is where your dad says,
Bear Mine's at Freedom.
Bear Run Mine?
Bear Mine's at Freedom.
Bear Run mine's out south of there.
Freedom. Between Freedom and Sunrise. Or Solar Sources. Whatever.
Freedom's Bowman County up there for Spencer, ain't it?
No. Freedom. Between Goose Pond curves.
Mm-hmm.
You go past Goose Pond curves.
Yeah.
You go up to the next, I guess technically the next right. I think they just like the highway or something right there. And you cut through there, you go through there like you're heading towards Cover.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same mine.
Whatever that town is called. I thought it was Freedom. It is Freedom.
That one's called Pleasantville, ain't it?
That's it, Pleasantville.
Yeah, it's right there by Pleasantville.
You need to figure it out. Pleasantville. The detective is using a classic pressure tactic here. He circles the same issue again and again, even though he already knows the answer. The goal is to exhaust the lie until the suspect either breaks or slips. Each repeat forces Joshua to confront the fact that they don't believe him and aren't moving on. And even then, Joshua chooses to cling to his narrative. But unfortunately for him, this detective has seen enough lies to recognize one the moment it appears.
Josh, things just don't matter. So, I know Mr. Helms, and they're actually going out there to talk to him again, because what he told me was he hasn't seen him in a few days, and the Yukon is not there. So, where would the Yukon be then?
The Yukon's it was.
Where was it parked out there? So you have the place right there. You go past the pink building, go down, and it's a little shed and some campers on the left. Where was it parked at there?
I mean, it's.
By the roadway, down back in the woods.
I've got the camper and stuff back there. Yeah, it's parked right there. It's sitting right next to the camper.
Okay. That's not what he tells me, so.
Yeah, he's got. I mean, that's the only vehicle I have. As where I was picked up, well, like right down the road from it, technically. But
Okay. Would there be anything in the Yukon that would suggest something happened? Any kind of evidence or anything in the Yukon?
no. I've got blankets in there. Got some clothes in there. I mean, there wasn't a struggle in the vehicle.
Josh, I've been doing this for, what was it, 2024, so I've been doing this for like 8 years as a detective. I've been here a total of 16. People don't go missing since Sunday morning. So where are we at? 4 days now? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're into Thursday now. People don't go missing for 4 days and not resurface. So they reach out to somebody, they talk to somebody, something. Those Samantha and Colton's phones aren't on, they're off. Snapchat's not active, there's no activity from them. The car's found abandoned, parked in some woods up from the house. Something bad has happened.
Joshua keeps saying he doesn't know where Samantha and Colton are, but by now, they've been missing since Sunday. And detectives know people don't just vanish like that. Phone data shows that on Saturday, October 12th, Joshua's phone and Samantha's phone were together. That places him inside the house that day. That same afternoon, Colton is seen on a neighbor's doorbell camera chasing a dog. After that, he is never seen again. Around 4 p.m. the same day, Samantha leaves work and returns home. Later that evening, her phone goes silent too.
At this moment, we don't know. All we know is, most likely, they are out there, they're cold. Animals can be stringing bodies apart, and we don't want that. We need to bring them home, give them a proper burial, and be done with this.
They're not dead.
Josh,
They're not dead.
I don't know that for sure.
They're
but
not dead.
Everything says they are.
They're not dead.
Then where are they?
I don't know, but they're not dead.
Everything points to.
I don't
something
care
bad
what
has
anything
happened.
points to. They're not dead.
Cell phones haven't been on since Sunday morning. The vehicle was seen going out toward Duggar, out past Duggar. That was the last thing. Now the vehicle's back in lines there. They're nowhere around it. It's parked out in the woods. Where would she have gone? There's no boyfriend that they went to French Lick with. There's none of
She
that.
has a boyfriend. Her boyfriend's name is Matt. And it's Goodwin. Or its last name is Goodwin. I think his last name's Matt. Or his first name's Matt, but it might be Mark. They're not dead.
I hope for your sake they're not. I do.
Well,
And
that's
I hope
fine.
for their sake they're not, obviously. But everything you told your dad.
I didn't tell my dad anything. I'm done. I'm done talking about this.
Okay.
Joshua immediately redirects blame to Matt. And no, that wasn't spontaneous. Days before this interview, Pennick had already tried planting that story by using Samantha's phone to post on her Facebook, pretending to be her and claiming she was leaving for a few days in French Lick. That post went up days after she was already dead. Nice try, Joshua. But unfortunately for him, this alibi was painfully weak. What Joshua didn't know was that detectives were already operating with near certainty. Even without the bodies, they believed he was responsible for Samantha and Colton's disappearance. At this point, they were just trying to get Joshua to help them understand exactly how it happened.
They were able to find your Yukon and Brent's, I guess. I don't know why Brent failed to tell me that, but it's a conversation I'll have with him. But most likely they're going to type out a search warrant for it as well.
They have permission to search it.
Where are the keys at for it?
He has them.
To
Brent.
Brent? Okay. Were you you were staying down there at Brent's the last few days?
Yes.
Okay. Is there some campers there? They said it was behind a camper back kind of out in the woods.
You have a camper?
Which camper is you? Or I guess I don't know that property we're talking about. Is there more than one camper on there?
Yeah.
Which
There's
one is
a big
yours?
fifth wheel, and there's just a regular hookup one, whatever how it's called.
Okay.
Trail behind. And the trail behind's down.
Okay. Just there's a fifth wheel, and I know I went by there the other day, and it looked like he put in like one of the small houses, the sheds or whatever. Is that what him and Patience stay in?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody stay in the fifth wheel camper?
No, it's not livable.
It's not livable. Okay.
No, he cut this whole side of it out Sunday, actually. Removed the shower.
What's he doing? Is it just scrapping it or?
No, the camper? Or shower?
I guess either one, I guess.
He's taken parts out of the camper and put into the tiny house.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I dealt with Brent and Patience there last year, year before last. Quite a bit of Patience.
Yeah, she kind of told me about all the stuff that she's been through and all that. The good people.
Joshua's story falls apart the moment it's checked. Joshua says he stayed with friends in Newberry for several days, and in reality, police did locate his phone activity and vehicle there. But when officers asked his friend Brent directly, he initially denied that Joshua was even there.
She's gonna be okay, right?
Gosh, I don't know. Like I said, I don't. There's a lot that points in a bad direction. People get fed up with people. They get tired of being around people, so they shut off their social medias and they leave town for a day or two. That's not that uncommon. To take your kid with you, that's a little uncommon. For him to miss 2 days of school, now they're on fall break, but they're supposed to be there Monday, even on Tuesday. For him to miss both days, that's a little strange. For her to miss
Not really
work.
for Colton. I mean, for her to miss work, that's definitely
not her. But Colton misses school all the time. He's constantly missing school, so it's Trinity. I swear that they spend their time outside of school when they're doing it.
Yeah, it's not good on the kids. They need to kind of have a set structure, and school's good for that. How's your relationship with Colton?
It's on and off. I mean, we have a relationship that we're trying to build. We have good times and we have bad times with it. I think the big thing is I ain't been around, so I'm not really seen as a father figure, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua shows zero distress over the fact that his child has been missing from school for 2 days. You don't need to be a psychologist to see it. No parent, ever, reacts like this when their child is missing.
I think about dying a lot.
You think of actual plans on how to do it, or just about it?
A revolver. I actually tried about 2 weeks ago.
How did you try?
I literally put it in my mouth and I pulled the trigger. And it didn't do anything. It dudded out. Legitimately. The bullet is still sitting on top of my TV stand.
Well, if that ain't a sign, where's the revolver at now?
Sitting at the house.
Yeah, I think that may be a sign from somebody that he has more plans.
More torture, I guess.
Have you ever talked to therapists or anybody about the suicidal thoughts? I know you said you've been to some hospitals before.
Joshua's plan to present himself as mentally unstable and avoid accountability reaches its peak here. It's a bad plan, but it's the best one he has at that moment.
She knows that too. She said that she has come to me and explained to me that, she does have selfish tendencies and she does have her ways of controlling situations because she loves to be in control of everything. Everything has to be her way. When it came to working on the house, she figured out what it was going to be done. I was simply the grunt man.
You were the hired labor.
Yeah, literally. I'll supply the money and I'll supply the material and I'll supply the labor. You just tell me what material you want.
I know that feeling. You tell me what you want done and I'll do it.
Yeah. The kids have to be raised a certain way. Flowers in the yard have to be a certain way. Decorations, only certain types of decorations. Herb decorations. She's very controlling about everything. She was very organized and detailed about how she did things. And very private. She didn't like people in her business. She's never liked people in her business. If she decides that she doesn't want people in her business, they're not in her business. Period.
And with social media nowadays, you want attention anywhere, so it's easy to get
so over social media. I think that the algorithm stuff that they've got going on now with them is a major part of why I'm so mentally drained. Get onto TikTok and you see one sad thing that you like or you can relate to, and it's that's your For You page. It's everything. That's all you see. Over and over and over. Oh, there.
After mentioning his mental instability a few more times, just to really sell it, Joshua pivots and starts describing Samantha as controlling. Naturally, everyone else is the problem, except him. And judging by that malicious smile after everything he's done, he might genuinely believe he's the victim here. Despite everything, Joshua never breaks during the interrogation. Even as it becomes obvious the detective doesn't believe a word he's saying, Joshua convinces himself he's bought time. But nothing had prepared him, or the investigators, for what came next, when officers in the field located Samantha and Colton buried together in a shallow grave just yards from the road.
Josh? Josh, what? Yeah. Go ahead and stand up. I'm Detective David Elmore, Green County Sheriff's Office. Put your hands on the wall for me. You got anything on you that's going to poke me, hurt me, or anything?
No.
Okay. We'll just make sure. I know you've been here for a minute, so I doubt it, but... Alright. Go ahead and keep your hands on the wall. Give me this hand. Take this off. Alright, Joshua, you're going to be booked in today for 2 counts of murder and obstruction of justice, okay?
Huh?
That's what we're going to the jail for.
For what?
You started 2 cases of murder and obstruction
Of who?
Sam and Colton.
What do you mean? No! No!
Hey,
No! No! They're not dead! They're not fucking dead!
Listen to me.
Get off of me.
You're going to get another charge.
I don't fucking care. Get off of me.
Go ahead and get that.
Alright. Alright.
Hold on, Central now.
Joshua Pennick was charged with 2 counts of murder, along with obstruction of justice, false informing, battery, and resisting law enforcement. Prosecutors initially sought life without parole. In the months that followed, Pennick admitted what he had done. According to court records, he confessed that he killed Samantha by strangulation, stating, "I just put my hands around her neck and didn't let go." In July 2025, the case moved toward resolution when Pennick entered a guilty plea to 2 counts of murder. By that point, prosecutors emphasized a critical detail. The killings were separated in time. Colton was killed first. Samantha was killed later. Between those 2 acts, Pennick had time to stop, but he didn't. Prosecutors also laid out Pennick's actions after the killings. After disposing of the bodies near Bear Run Mine, he drove Samantha's vehicle back to her home. He then left the area in his own car and stayed with a friend in Newberry. While telling others Samantha was still alive, Pennick used her debit card to make purchases, including buying blue hair dye in an attempt to change his appearance before arrest. Those actions undermined the defense's argument that Pennick's behavior was driven by mental illness or emotional instability. The court found that his post-crime conduct showed planning, awareness, and an effort to maintain a false story. Joshua Pennick was formally convicted following his guilty plea in July 2025. On October 3, 2025, a Greene County judge sentenced him to 2 consecutive 60-year prison terms, totaling 120 years. And even though Joshua will never be free again, sadly, nothing can make up for the 2 lives unfairly taken. Thank you for watching. If you found this case informative, please like and subscribe, and check out another interrogation breakdown right here.